All right, we should be live. We're here a few minutes before this thing is going to kick off. I'm Steve, and welcome back to Perfect Reload. We're going to take a look at the Xbox Partner Preview for March of 2024. I believe they said it's going to be a 30-minute presentation, and one of the things I'm kind of curious about is that they mentioned that we were going to see more of that Capcom game that got showed off last year. I wish I could remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it had an incredible visual style to it. And then I just saw last night that Capcom's going to be holding their own event split across two different broadcasts where they're going to be talking about it as well. So it seems like maybe it's going to be a 2024 release, which would be pretty cool. I'm going to check because I don't want to lose our place here on the screen for when the show gets started, but I want to look up that name of that game again real quick. So pardon me while I head over to take a look, see what's going on here. Let's see here. We just saw it. Here it is. It is called Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. That was it. And yeah, I thought it had a really, really neat art style. I want to say that they showed that off at their summer presentation last year. So it's been a little while, I guess. You know, we're in March now, so it was 6 months, it'd be January. So yeah, 8 months or so since we first heard about it. So I'm hoping with knowing that this event is going to talk about it and Capcom's event is going to talk about it. So then maybe it's coming out this year, but we don't really know what's coming out this year for Xbox for the most part. There's been some titles that got a 2024 release window, but no confirmation of actual date or anything like that. So we're kind of just playing the waiting game to see what's going to happen. And, I am of the opinion that because last year was so loaded that just by product of that, this year is probably going to be a little bit on the lighter side in terms of big releases, especially with the kind of swirling rumors going around that Nintendo will not be able to get their new console out this year. So I'm sure we're going to have some great games that come out this year. I just, I don't think we know what they really are yet. Some of the dates over the next few months are kind of starting to get filled in, here and there. And we've had some big titles so far this year, probably the biggest of which, in terms of a mainstream sense is, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out soon, and they're really pumping that up to be a big, big game for Capcom this year. So it's not to say that we don't have large scale titles coming out, but I think this is going to be a year where maybe it's going to be slanted a little bit more towards the indie side of things. And we're going to be playing stuff like, Balatro. Balatro just announced today that they hit 500,000 units sold, which, congratulations to them. It's an incredible game. It's my favorite thing that I've played so far this year. We just had yesterday WWE 2K24 came out, big annual release. MLB The Show is about to come out. Dragon's Dogma 2 is right around the corner. And Sony's got their, what is the name of that game? Rise of the Shogun, I think. That's coming out fairly soon. So, stuff's starting to pick up, but it thins out a little bit next month and into the summer. So, I imagine most people are looking forward to all the June press conferences. We're gonna get maybe a little bit more information on actual release dates for things. I'm still hoping that we're going to get Star Wars Outlaws this year, but I imagine at this point, with it being March already, we're probably not going to hear about that game until the Ubisoft event in June. And I imagine if it's ready to go, then obviously it'll be the highlight of the show and we'll have an actual release date, for fall of this year or what have you. I know there were some rumors going around not too long ago that it was going to fall out of this year and into 2025. That would be disappointing if it does. But I'm hoping we'll get that this year because I'm quite looking forward to that. And it almost feels like we're kind of in just a holding pattern until next year, when presumably GTA 5 or GTA 6 is coming out. And then you start to, once that date's locked in place, then you start to see everybody scramble to get around it because they don't want to be in the way of that, because they're just going to get absolutely crushed. Because my best guess is that GTA 6 will probably break, the first day or first week or however you want to put it, sales for a game. I think that they're probably primed to do that. But we are just about underway. My clock says 12:58. So hopefully, this is obviously pre-recorded. I imagine that it's going to start on time. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they have to talk about. And I couldn't care less about loyalty to one console or another, but I like the Xbox. I play probably my Xbox more than my PlayStation 5 simply because I find the controller more comfortable, and I like Game Pass. So we'll see what's going on. Maybe they pull a third-party exclusive or something that's kind of interesting, but or maybe we'll find out that some of these games are going to debut on Game Pass. You never know what Microsoft's got cooking up their sleeve, right? Yeah, we're just about to start. I'm glad I was able to be home to do this. I was able to went to the office this morning, got everything done I needed to get done for the day, so I could be back here to check this out. It's a little bit slower week for me, so it's nice to be able to actually. We got to play some WWE yesterday and got to play some Balatro, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day after this, is digging into that, because I might be super busy tomorrow. You never know. Alrighty. No, it's 1 o'clock. See if the chat says anything. Okay. Yep, here we go. Oh, no, there. All right, let's go full screen. And let's enjoy YouTube's little animation, I guess. I don't think there's going to be like groundbreaking announcements during this. My best guess, and maybe they've already come out and said this and I just missed it, but I don't think anything's going to like debut here. I think this is probably going to be all stuff that they have talked about previously, but maybe something slips in there. You never know. Microsoft has always been very good about kind of, adopting that Nintendo style of, here's one last thing at the end. It looks like maybe this audio is a little, crank that down a little bit. The music's going a little hard here. But yeah, Microsoft's always done a really good job of like, oh yeah, by the way, we got one last thing to talk about, and it's always, typically something pretty cool. All right, what do we got? Oh, showing us M-rated games. These heathens. Try and balance the audio as best I can here. Hopefully that's all right. My apologies if the volume's a little low. Once people start talking, maybe we can dial it in a little bit more.
Won't you at least tell me what
this always happens whenever I do this.
All I know is that it's serious.
I always end up with these subtitles on.
It's more than serious, Luna. It is dangerous.
All right. We got some PSYOP stuff going on here. This looks neat. My initial thought was Assassin's Creed, but I don't think this is. Reflector and Bandai. Okay.
In my experience, the greatest harm often comes from the best intentions.
The cycle is starting again. How many more times must we endure the vanity of the Nine?
Interesting.
When there isn't a path to be found,
Make one.
I'm going to say that maybe this is a brand new game that we haven't seen before. This is not ringing a bell at all, especially with these like mixtures of clothing and all this. This is kind of an interesting game world. I said, oh, it's like a tactical. Oh, there's like possession and stuff. This is PSYOPs. All right. Unknown 9 Awakening.
You've been here before.
Okay.
Countless times, and so shall you be here again. In fact, you're here right now.
Summer 2024. Okay, so it doesn't say Game Pass, so just regular retail release. It looks neat. PSYOPs, that really does remind me quite a bit of PSYOPs, and that was a super fun game to play. Those like possession mechanics and all that stuff, and I could definitely see it's almost like the execution system from so one of the Splinter Cells that had that where you kind of just mark people, or no, like Ghost Recon had it, I think.
Never worked for. Not everyone's ex-employer set them up to take a fall.
Ooh,
Just
a
so
blue
happens they
cigarette.
framed the wrong witch.
You got a deck-based game, maybe?
They call me Lady Luck, and every card I draw is lucky.
This art style kind of reminds me of
And when
We
I
Happy
find out
Few,
what
which
my
that
old
company is
company's
under
up to,
Microsoft's control.
They better hope they have a good hand.
I think they're working on something though. I think that's already been announced what they're up to.
If the Coven wants to play, they'll have to play dirty.
Sleight of hand. All right. Hard-boiled third-person stealth sim. Wishlist now. Riffraff game. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Riffraff Games. It's not the We Happy Few people. Awesome. Okay, I like Frostpunk. Sorry, hopefully the audio for this is not totally shot.
What if
They're kind of all
you
over the
could
place
change
here.
the decisions you regret in your life and see the outcomes of those choices with your very own eyes?
Alters. The
The
Alters.
Alters tells the story of Jan Dolsky, a simple miner who survived a crash landing on a hostile planet.
A neat look.
He quickly realizes that what was supposed to be a lifetime job opportunity turns into a desperate fight for his life. Jan will need to handle a large mobile base that's designed to be operated by an entire team of qualified personnel.
Ooh, okay.
Even worse, the planet Jan landed on revolves around the deadly scorching star.
A big wheel.
Escaping the sunrise is crucial
Project
for survival.
Dolly. Okay, so some
Despite his best
crafting.
efforts, Jan
Looked
simply
like a lot
lacks the
of,
time
looking
and
from the
skill
options briefly
to
at the
deal
top of
with
that
all
list,
these
looked like a lot of
problems
base
on his
management
own.
types of, okay. It almost looks like Fallout
But
Shelter.
The planet Jan is stranded on is home to a
That's
mysterious
got a neat look. It's almost like a
substance
pixel
called
sorting. It is, yeah, it's like pixel
With
sorting.
its use and the help of the quantum computer on board, Jan is able to create alternative versions of himself.
Okay. Clones.
The Alters.
Huh. Alright.
Each one of them is a result of altering a crucial decision from Jan's past. The Alters are a reflection of the questions he asks himself. What if I never left my hometown? What if I didn't drop out of college? What if I fought harder to save my marriage? Our Alters have necessary knowledge and skills that we desperately need to succeed.
Is this like multiplicity in
But they
space?
also come with their own goals, ambitions.
Is she gonna try and touch your
fears,
Pepe?
all derived from their different life paths. And that can generate problems.
You have to get them a constant supply of
Stop
Pepsi and
pretending you have
pizza?
any idea how I feel. Incompetence, incoherent decision-making, a groundbreaking mission on the verge of failure. Damn, I just hope I don't f everything up again. You want a
This
relationship?
is a really
that
cool
lasts.
concept.
Put some effort in it.
Each Jan is a different person. It will be extremely difficult to keep everyone happy.
You gotta learn how to say no sometimes.
So yeah, assume like, yeah, a
We
lot of
must do
like
whatever we
dialogue
can,
choices
because as
and
the mission goes on, the challenges will only pile up.
it is a fucking wheel. I was right. Oh, you saw in the one there's actually a
Obstacles
person
on the
out in the
outside.
distance.
Internal tensions that could prove to be even more dangerous. And with a ticking clock of the deathly sun behind our backs, the only way home is to press forward.
And these Frostpunk people definitely know how to set a mood. That's cool. All by themselves. That's a really cool concept for a game. I wish maybe would have a date. Inverge 11-bit Chibig? Rihanna Pratchett. Not familiar with her. Sweet Flute Mechanics. This looks like it takes place on Boise State's football field. Okay, so yeah, some type of like animal control type thing. Is that what Chia did last year? Where you could control the animals? Well, there's like animal people. Got like a Ghostbusters gun. Almost feels similar to the Gunk, which was a super underrated game. That game was very good. All right. Creatures of Ava coming out at some point this year. Game Pass. So yeah, we've had a handful of Game Pass games so far.
Learn how Creatures of Ava places you in the role of a savior in the first look preview on Xbox One.
All right, right on. That looks solid. We'll check that out when it comes out. Absolutely. Some type of live service game. I don't know why I feel that way, but this feels like a live service game. Nightmare descends upon Griefville. Well, that's Chucky. This is a Child's Play game. Okay. Yep. Asymmetric multiplayer Child's Play game? What the hell is this? Is this like Roblox meets Child's Play? What is this? This looks terrible.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. You.
Available today. Oh, so I'm assuming Griefville is something that. Oh, it is Roblox. Okay, it is Roblox. I was gonna say, yeah, it looked like Roblox. Okay. New game reveal. Interesting, it says new game reveal. I don't think I've ever heard of the other two though, so that's cool. I guess they just totally flew under my radar. All right, what we got? Ooh, it's Frogwares. They always have some interesting stuff cooking up. Is this Sherlock Holmes versus the Fish People? The character design almost kind of reminds me of the cover of the Unholy War on PS1. Which, shout out to you if you know what the hell I'm talking about with that game. I always got a kick out of the fact that my Catholic grandmother bought me a PlayStation 1 game called The Unholy War. Didn't bat an eye. You guys got some stiff joints. Uh-oh. Now then the sky is supposed to look like that. Sinking City 2, 2025. All right.
Want to dive deeper into this mystery? Discover
Cool
more about
tentacles
this
going
long-awaited
on. I know
sequel
some people
in
that
our
are
Xbox
really
Wire
into tentacles.
My warrior of light.
My arm keeps disappearing on the green screen.
Walk free and bear the light
What?
for others
What
to
the
follow.
hell is going on? It's gonna move me over. Let's get messed up. Fix. There we go. We're back to normal now. Look at that. Fixing things on the fly. Uh-oh. Character design reminds me of, oh, wasn't there... Didn't we just see this? Did it go back in time? It reminds me of, it's not White Knight Chronicles. So there's some, like, Xbox 360 era RPG that everybody had, like, really, like, dragon scale, pointy metal feet, boots, stuff. I don't know.
And light, despair and hope. As goeth one, so goeth the other. Become light, become hope.
Oh, it's just Final Fantasy. Let's say this looks a little like Final Fantasy-ish. Cool. I know a lot of people really enjoy that game. They are super into it. It's one of the few MMOs that you could consider still successful today in 2024. Cult classic PC series. Is this Stalker? Is this original Stalker? Yeah. Yeah, it's Shadow Chernobyl. Yeah. Man, I remember when this game came out, I used to subscribe to, was the name of that magazine? I think it was Computer Gaming World. I had a subscription to that for years and years and years. And, boy, this game was such a big deal when it came out. I remember it was all over the place for, if you have a PC, this is the game for you to play. And I remember I tried it out and it was just, I think back then it was just a little bit above what I was trying to do with video games, but it was a really, really well-regarded game. I guess you would say at this point cult classic, Call of Pripyat or Pripyat. I'm not going to try and pronounce it again. That was also a very, very big deal. I hope that new Stalker game goes well for them, especially everything that studio has been through with dealing with a legitimate war going on over where they're at. That's cool. Legends of the Zone trilogy. Oh, available today. Awesome. That's cool. Nice little surprise for something coming out today.
Learn how developer GSC Game World brought the cult classic Stalker trilogy to Xbox in an exclusive Xbox Wire interview.
His voiceovers are so, like, subdued. Here we go. What's the actual opposite of things dealing with post-apocalyptic Chernobyl? Fucking El Toro Loco monster truck mayhem. Fuck you, Eastern Europe. Why does this look like a Wii game? Yeah, have you seen like monster trucks lately? They're doing like front flips and shit. It's nuts. As long as Gravedigger's there, that's all I care about. I was a Gravedigger boy when I was young. Can you see through that thing? Interesting. All right. I gotta play more of this. Or, well, I mean, Persona 3 Reload. I never finished. You know, I obviously even finished the the version that just came out, but I never finished it when it was originally out either. The only I love the Persona series, but the only one I've actually ever played to completion is Persona 4 Golden. I just couldn't get through Persona 5. And I'd like to go back, and play through like Royale and see if I could do it, but I just don't know if I have the time anymore to dedicate myself to these massive, dozens and dozens and dozens hours RPGs, or like a traditional like turn-based RPG. Right on. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, background music. So they're just putting the royal music into Persona 3. All right. Persona 4 Golden has some of the catchiest earworm songs you'll ever hear in a video game. It's right up there with Take You for a Ride from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. All right. Cool. Plenty of stuff coming your way if you're a Persona 3 fan.
Uncover what else the Dark Hour has in store for Game Pass members this year on
This guy
Xbox
is like
Live.
the narrator of like a true crime podcast. It's such an odd tonal choice. Shadow Drop. Yeah, definitely more new games than I thought during this. I genuinely thought we were just going to be talking about games that we already were aware of. Here we go. Is this Berserk? That's an anime, right? They had that. The reason why I think doesn't Berserk have that sword? As a true anime connoisseur, I'm definitely up to date on all things anime related. Pretty much an expert. Thinking about getting my doctorate in animeology. I minored in slice of life. It's got a neat look to it. It's almost, I guess, sort of cell shaded. Like it's definitely kind of has like an animation quality to the look, which is nice. It's like a hybrid, It's kind of like in between. It's pretty cool looking. The blood spatters look very much like a like a comic book or manga style blood look. So the first Berserker, so I'm assuming it's related to that.
Kalunga, god of death, hear my plea.
Ridley Scott Creative Group.
Called me to the realm of the living. It is told that there are 3 great spirits who have denied you. I seek my Baba's return in exchange for these spirits.
Is this the game? Yeah, this is the game where it's the tribute to the creator's father, right? I heard the demo was very well received. I didn't get a chance to play it. I want to say it came out recently during the Next Fest event, the most recent one.
Floor of the woodlands, a place laden with mystery and fear. In your arsenal, you carry your late
looks very smooth. I'm definitely going to have to make the time to check it out.
Chaotic ballet that compels you to engage spirits and
I was really hoping, you know, it's kind of like a similar comparison. I was really hoping I was going to get more into Prince of Persia this year. I was so excited for that game, and it just didn't click with me, and I don't quite know why. I don't know if it was just not what I was looking for, you know, this at the beginning of this year or what, but I just couldn't get into it. Maybe this will do it for me.
And with each small victory along your journey, you will grow and better yourself, obtaining powers and tools that allow you to turn the tides of battle in your favor.
The way you took that Rojo out was amazing!
You should not sneak up on people, young shaman.
We are shamans, healers in a land long past healing.
The complexities of grief inspired the foundation.
I don't particularly like the art style for the character design, but I like the way it looks when you're actually in the gameplay. It's the nice bright pops of color really really does well for it. Like this looks like super cool. It's just kind of those cutscenes like up close, just not kind of my particular favorite for the art style, but like the actual game, the actual like world design is really, really nice. All right, so that's coming out next month. Right on. Awesome. A lot of the stuff from 11-Bit Studios. This is Frostpunk 2. Oh, I finally got into Frostpunk. I played the first one finally not too long ago. Really, really liked it, and I am ready to go for this. I didn't get into it when it first came out. I would have liked to have spent more time with it, but it was just enough to kind of whet my appetite to get me really, really excited for the sequel. I thought it played okay with the controller. It wasn't too bad. I did play the console version, but I think when this comes out, I don't know if they're going to do a day-and-date release. Maybe this will tell us if they're going to do a console as well as PC on day one, but I think I'd probably go with PC. So yeah, July. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like just PC. Okay. I'm gonna be excited for that. That looks good. All right, I believe this is the game we were looking forward to. This has got such a cool art style to it. Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot more of it than we did the last time. The initial trailer definitely had gameplay in it, but this looks like it's probably a little bit more refined from where we were at back then. Maybe a day-night mechanic. Oh, that's such a neat effect. Guide the maiden along the path. Okay. We have to maybe make sure it's like safe for her to go. Purge the defilement. That's what I call cleaning my house. Every day I defile my home, and I must purge at the end of the week the horrors I have caused inside my domicile. So yeah, okay, so you're definitely, almost seems like sort of like a tower defense thing. I don't think that's what it actually is, but it almost seems kind of like a tower defense mechanic to get ready for the night. That's cool. This definitely did not come across in that initial trailer, so that's neat. Oh, that like Lotus effect when she came out, that was, yeah, this is cool. So it's just kind of like a big like monster closet opens. Use all your resources. So you have, I'm assuming, you know, NPC characters, or NPCs, characters redundant, but they're helping you out. Then you've got your main dude here to kind of do the heavy lifting. Interesting. Okay. Seems like that's we've seen at least one other game today that has this kind of like stop time mechanic. I wonder if this is maybe going to become like the trend over the next year or so. It ends up happening, you know, all the time in video games where just by coincidence, you know, a bunch of games adopt the same kind of mechanic. Back, it was, you know, several years ago when the Tomb Raider reboot was happening, everybody all of a sudden had a bow and arrow. So it looks like you're just pretty much trying to make sure she gets from point A to point B safely. So that's cool. I love the look of this so much. This art style is incredible. You know, with this getting a trailer at I don't know if I would call this a major presentation for Microsoft, because it's not like a super big event, but you know, Capcom's doing a presentation where they're highlighting this. This today is highlighting this. It was in a place of prominence at Xbox's summer event last year, and Capcom's really been on a roll lately, and they're trying to have you know, Dragon's Dogma 2 be a very big game for them. It looks, oh, this is coming to Game Pass. Oh, fantastic. It looks like they are really trying to push this as a, hey, this is going to be a big deal for us. But that's awesome. It's coming to Game Pass day one. That's really cool.
Path of the Goddess.
Yeah, it mixes action and real-time strategy. We are 100% going to be playing this game when it comes out here on the channel. Absolutely, we will. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. So yeah, they said a half an hour. So yeah, it's 1:30. This was great. This was fantastic. A wide variety of games that pique my interest. Sleight of Hand looked cool. The altars looked amazing. Creatures of Ava looked pretty nice. The Stalker thing is awesome. You know, if you're a Persona fan, you got that. I'm sure Berserk fans are going nuts over that. Yeah, and then Capcom's new game, Path of the Goddess. Yeah, awesome presentation from Microsoft. I am very excited for games to come out this year. Let's just get some more dates. It was nice that some games did have dates in this, more than usual. But let's get some more dates going there. But yeah, that's it for this. That's gonna be it for me. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see each other again real soon.